on a mat. It's all about you getting into this body right here. We live a lot of our life in our head. Um, and right now, I just want you to feel into the physicality of your body, the weight of your body, the heaviness of your hips on what's beneath you, of your feet pressing into the floor and the floor pushing back. Maybe you have something behind your back and you can feel your back pressing into the back of the chair, and you can feel the back of the chair pressing into your back. And just sitting with those physical feelings. Maybe you feel the weight of your clothes on your body. And we'll start with some really gentle movements to get us into the body and give us a little bit of um, loosening up before we do a sitting practice. And so we'll start with the hands today. First, tightening them and making them into really strong fists, and then opening them up really wide, wiggling the fingers, maybe shaking them out. And then seeing how that feels different from making the fists and bringing in a lot of tightness and tension and focus there, and then opening the fingers up, making them nice and loose, and shaking them out. And we can do that one more time. Intentionally bringing the tension, and then intentionally letting it all go. And just noticing the difference. We'll do the same thing in the shoulders. The shoulders are a place where we sometimes unknowingly hold our stress. So intentionally bringing the shoulders up towards the ears, making the top of the back tight, bringing the shoulder blades together, maybe even pressing the teeth gently against each other, and then letting that go and feeling the difference, and letting the arms be loose and heavy, and letting the back be broad, letting the shoulder blades separate. And then we'll do that again, bringing the shoulders up towards the ears, intentionally bringing in stress, bringing in some strong feelings. You can add in the fists if that works for you. And then a big sigh, letting it go, letting the arms be loose, letting the backside body be broad, letting the jaw be slack, maybe moving the lower jaw left and right or up and down. I want to do that one more time, bringing the shoulders up towards the ears, creating that stress, creating that tension. And then with a big exhale, letting it go, letting the shoulders be loose, letting the arms be heavy, letting the backside body be broad, letting the jaw be slack. And I'll invite you to join me in a big yawn. Wiggling the jaw, opening the mouth. Let it be audible, let it be big. And maybe you let go of the yawn with a vocalization. And arriving again in the body, in the face muscles of the body. The jaw is a place where we can hold some tension. So we'll do the same thing with the face, intentionally adding the stress, squinting the eyes, clenching the teeth, swishing up the brows, and then letting it all go and letting the brows be soothed, the teeth be separated, the eyes be resting in their sockets. And we'll do that one more time, intentionally bringing in the stress to the face, pursing the lips, tightening, furrowing the brow, bringing the eyes close together. And then feeling the relaxation go all through from the eyebrows down into the eyes, into the cheeks, into the mouth. And we'll do one more of these tense and release exercises, this time with the whole body. So maybe you straighten the legs or really press the feet into the ground and tighten up the pelvic floor and squeeze the legs together, making fists, tightening the face, and then let it all melt away. Let everything be lighter and gentler and easier. And then one more like this, adding in the stress, squeezing everything together, making everything tense and tight. And then letting it all go. And if there are any other movements that your body is craving or asking for, maybe it's twisting, or maybe it's some neck rolls or some shoulder rolls. Make your body as comfortable as possible. So if you're holding a bit of stiffness, feel free to do a little massage or breathe into that area so that you're just mindful that when we come into stillness, you can be at ease in your stillness, because we don't want to come into a place where we're going to do some breath work and meditation, but be so focused on a place that's so tense that we can't really let our mind go. So once you've relaxed, even if it's just 1-2% more relaxed than you were when you sat down, I invite you to once again rest. Let the whatever's holding you do all the heavy lifting, right? You can just be. And if you like, you can close your eyes. And if that doesn't work, you can simply lower your gaze. No big deal. And I'll invite you into your own little bubble of calm. And in this bubble, we'll keep everything else at arm's length. If something tries to come into your bubble, which it probably will, our thoughts can be intrusive. We can just say, oh, can you please step out of the bubble for right now? I'm going to think about you later. Oh, can you please step away from the bubble for now? Thank you for bringing that to my attention right now. I don't need to think about this. And you can be polite, you can be easy, but we're going to fill the bubble with a really soothing breath, keeping the breath as light, as easy, as gentle as possible. So maybe this breath feels the best coming in and out through your nose. Maybe your gentle breath feels better coming out through pursed lips. So an inhale through the nose and a gentle exhale. And try both and see which feels best in your body today. And I'll invite you to pay special attention to the exhale, getting the diaphragm involved to really push out all the air. Again, gentle. We're not trying to cause additional stress. We're just seeing where is the boundary of our breath today. So inhaling gently and a long exhale. Really arriving in this place. And if you have an intention that you would like to set for today, something that you'd like to call in, that you want more of in your life, it's nice to set these as present tense, as if they've already happened. I am a calm, stress-free person. I handle whatever life throws at me. I remain collected in times of difficulty. Or whatever else has come to you. Usually the first thing that comes to mind is the thing we need for today. As you exhale slowly, say your intention out loud or to yourself in your head 3 times. And then let your intention go out into the universe. Let the universe help conspire to make it so. We don't have to force these things. We can let them percolate. Sometimes they come to us quickly, other times more slowly than we'd like, but that's okay. That's the way of things. I'll invite you to join me in a 4-7-8 breath. If this is new to you, you can make it as expansive or as quick as feels good in your body, inhaling for a count of 4, holding the breath at the top for a count of 7, and keeping that long, slow exhale for a count of 8, either out through the nostrils or through pursed lips. And when you get to the bottom of the breath, you simply start again, in for 4, holding for 7, and a nice, slow exhale for 8. And I'll call you back in a bit. One more round. Inhaling for a count of 4. Take your time, there's no rush. Holding the breath at the top for a count of 7. And a long, slow exhale for a count of 8. And then allowing the breath to return to normal. Scanning the body for any places that have become constricted or tight. And being gentle with those places, sending the breath into those tight places. Seeing if you can't relax 1% more than you already are. And if that means moving slightly or adjusting your position, do that mindfully. And if any thoughts have come into your bubble, treat them like clouds in the sky. Let them come in and let them pass on. They're doing their job, and your job is to say, thank you very much. I will think about you later. We'll come back into the body, breathing into each of our major joints, starting with the neck, with the throat center. breathing into this area that controls our speech, our communication with others, setting boundaries, saying no. All of that is difficult but essential part of stress reduction. And then breathing into your shoulders on the left and the right, letting them be super heavy away from the ears. And then breathing into the elbows on the left and the right. Maybe you gently extend the arms so that they're straight. And then mindfully, very slowly, return them to a slightly bent position, something that's really comfortable for you. Breathing into the wrists, the left wrist and the right wrist. And again, maybe very mindfully rolling the wrists in one direction, feeling the breath as you gently move the joint. Breathing into the wrists as you gently roll them in the other direction. And then breathing into the many, many joints in your fingers and in your thumbs. Maybe you imperceptibly wiggle the fingers a bit until they find a loose, gentle, easy way of sitting in your lap. The hands are another place we can unknowingly hold tension. Let them be free. And then we'll breathe into the hips, the left hip and the right hip, breathing into the pelvic floor, feeling expansive. Relaxing, letting the seat beneath you do all the work. You just have to be. Breathing into the knees, the fronts of the knees, the kneecap, and also breathing into the back of the knees, the left and the right, the soft part behind the legs. Breathing into the ankles, maybe doing some very, very soft, slow movements on the left and the right ankle, if that feels good. And then breathing into all of the joints in your toes, big toes, second, third, fourth, and the little toes. Letting the feet be free, maybe spreading the toes wide. And then we'll call back that intention if you set one in the beginning of our practice, reminding yourself that you have these qualities within you. We're just nurturing them, bringing them out, making them more prominent. Filling your bubble with this intention. Nice slow inhale and an open mouth exhale. And one more in through the nose. And let it all out. And slowly bringing some movement back into your limbs, the hands and feet, shoulders and neck. Really gently waking up the body, and when you're ready, take your time. You can open your eyes. Thanks for practicing with me today.